Yeah. Right? And I'm not playing no.
All right, so we talked about Hunter Ninja Bear. We talked about Wraith of God, which I also recommend if you were into that. I enjoyed it a lot more than I kind of thought I would. I thought it would be more just generic supernatural stuff, but I love the fact that there was almost like a religious motivation behind the character without it. Like it didn't take over the story and be distracted by that. So I thought it was pretty good. Added some depth without it being like, the only reason to read it. So I guess that takes us to Ollie's. Now, this is literally in my Nexus years, like the 90s. I remember when this came out. I remember being in New England Comics. It was on the west side of Tampa. And it was really one of the cooler shops to go to, even though it was more expensive, because their displays and stuff are similar to what we have now, where it was more spread out. And you would look at the shelf, and all 5 of the covers were there. They were all sitting there, and it was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And you could see the puzzle. You could see number 5, the E cover, which folded out. You could see the other 4 fit together. Oh my gosh, I couldn't believe it. Jim Lee and Chris Claremont on the same book. So when I saw this, I was like, oh, this is really cool. It's for $5. But then I flipped it over. I was like, oh my gosh. And it's the Wolverine cover. It's not like it's a crappy one, as though there is a crappy one. So let's see. What else did we get? I don't have scissors in here, so I'm trying to figure out how to get into this thing without... This plan wasn't really well thought through, Chris Persia. Wasn't in the budget. Uh-oh. Can't get in. There it goes. Okay. Whew. I don't want to mess up the book. Yeah. I know. It's taking a while. I know. All right. Let's see. Got it out of here. Pull around there like that. Okay. So they're out. All right. So I'm going to not look and flip it back the way it was. So I only know about the 2 that are there because I didn't look. I don't want to look. All right, so this was number 2. This is what I saw first. The Magneto cover. It doesn't feel right here. I don't know. I don't think it was wet. Oh, it might have been. It might have been wet. Oh, yeah, it was wet. It's a water stain. I knew they were repackaged. So, all right, so here's how you can tell. See that? Yeah, it was wet. So this is a fun little reader copy right here. Not worth anything. You can't save it. But you want to see some cool X-Men art? Look at Jim Lee. Look at that. You know what I see when I see this? All I do is I hear that theme song in my head. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do. Do-do. Look at Rogue. Oh, so good. All right, so it's not a high quality. We can definitely do a full breakdown of X-Men. Oh, these are always fun. Look. We're going to have flashback night. I have to get Loki. I'm going to be on Loki tonight. Hopefully, everything goes through. Yes. They do these things back then. We had ads, like real ads, like go buy your comic books. Did anyone else order comic books like this? Because I did. I always had great luck doing it too, by the way. I never had any problems doing this. Like I could find, it basically was my way of finding stores all over the place. Look at that. New Mutants. X-Men 281. What's the most expensive thing in here? Dun, 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 dun. Those are graphic novels. Huh. I'm trying to think of what's the most expensive thing in here, but I don't really see much that's over $10. There's one. X-Men set. First limit 2. All 5 issues of X-Men #1, including the limited. So it's all 5 covers for $10. A box of 48 X-Men cards. The hot new 90 card series is $30. So that's like a box, a sealed box. Okay. $30, man. Whew. There you go. So the goal is to get another camera, right? So I'm going to be shopping around for a camera. I actually meant to go this week. I got caught up with stuff at work and streaming on Tuesday. So I wasn't able to go. So I might be able to go tomorrow and go about picking up a webcam. So I have a second cam, more like a table cam, and we'll tear that book open. All right. So then I got X-Men #1, right? Oh my gosh. I'm going to turn this book over. I saw what it was. All right. So X-Men #1, the cool Cyclops Wolverine cover. Dun, dun, dun. Pretty good. Does it feel? Oh, yep. It's in the bottom corner over here. Can feel it. Feeling it is more important than just looking, by the way. If you run your hand on, you can tell when something's been wet. So this is basically they repackaged a bunch of damaged comic books. Is probably what happened. I don't see the watermark on the inside of this one. It might be on the back. It's really not in bad condition otherwise, though. No, I don't see any marks. It does feel like it, though. It doesn't feel right here. Something's wrong with it. It definitely is rolled. That's for sure. So if you can... You see how it's like indented right there? It's got a roll. If you have a good cleaner press person, they can probably save most books. This one's really got the staples deep, though. So it may have just been squashed in between something else. So, but yeah, the X-Men #1. Look at that. Look at Wolvie. Yes, such good stuff. Chris Claremont. His writing's good. I will say I was critical. I'm critical as I've reread it. Oh, you have one too. Look. We got another one. East Coast Comics. Order some books. All right, we'll have time. We'll come back to that. All right, what's next? I'm the only one nerding out. I know there's a few of you in chat. I'm such a nerd. X-Men Classic 99. X-Men Classic 99. X-Men Classics are not really worth anything. Oh my gosh. Talk about fine print. Originally presented in Uncanny X-Men 195. Okay, perfect. So X-Men Classics are reprints of the classic Uncanny X-Men that cost a fortune. So this is a great way to read the expensive ones. So we can do that. So X-Men, Uncanny X-Men 195 is reprinted. And again, this is like Chris Claremont. What kind of cool ads do we have in here, though? Oh, we got another one. Here's another hot picks. Oh, yeah. Look at that. ETMs. I don't know who ETM is. Generation X is being promoted. There's like a top 10 list. There's image list. See, this is like content galore. And look, Cookie Crisp had an X-Men card. Wonder how much those sell for. Woo, put a pin in that. Someone remind me about looking up Cookie Crisp X-Men cards. Because I know there's got to be a link to that out there. I should go check that out and see if I can find them on eBay. Because you know it's going to be fun to find them. I'm going to pull up my X-Men and Cookie Crisp. It'd be a cool card to have, though, especially if you're an X-Men collector. It reminds me of something I have over there I can show you guys. Oh, free comic book day. Avengers, X-Men, Eternals, Judgment Day. This looks pretty new. The art looks good. So that's the art. Here we go. I like there's a lot of different characters, but this is like new comic book. So let's see. Yeah, new paper for sure. I will say I enjoyed like the retrospective looks. That's kind of cool to look at. Yeah, I don't know what this is. It's free comic book day, so it's not like it's, expensive or, worth anything really. So we'll spend some time looking at that. There's a little Blade story in the back. Okay. Yeah, we can read this, spend some time looking at this, figuring this out. I have no idea what's happening in this story. So yeah, definitely new because there's a Carol Danvers. Notice that she's not like stereotypical like Twitter lesbian though. She's just there. So we'll check that out. So yeah, very cool. That was in there? Holy crap. I saw this too. When I flipped it over, I recognized the color. Hey, Loki. How you doing, my friend? I just busted up this Ollie's bag. So before I show you what the fifth one is, it's like five comics for like $5 or $6, whatever it was. So this is the book I saw. I got an X-Men #2, watermark, water stain, so it's not worth anything, but it'll be fun to read. An X-Men #1, right? The Wolverine Cyclops color also has some sort of issue in this corner, but also fun to read. We just looked at Free Comic Book Day, Judgment Day, and we had Uncanny Classic 99, which retells a classic Uncanny Claremont issue. We can do that. Can you believe this, guys? Look at this. There's an X-Men #1 again. There's the other cover. I cannot believe this is for $5. I got 3 of these books in there. This is crazy. Hey, Pat S. How you doing, my friend? Thanks for making it live. Awesome. I agree with it. Thank you. Finally. Oh, it's so good. This one feels really clean. This one doesn't feel like it has an issue. I don't think this one goes to the Wolvie. No, they don't connect. That's not the right order for them. No, this connects to Wolf. This connects to Magneto. Wolverine connects to Magneto. This one's on the other side. So, but yeah, 2 #1s and a #2 in the same Ollie's bag. Look at this. Look at that, Jim Lee. Oh gosh, God is so good. So much fun. So much fun. Oh, so let's have some more fun. Let's go back just a few minutes. Let's go back to that ad. Let's do this ad. This book's, again, I covered briefly, guys. It has a watermark stain. You can feel, again, if you have a comic and you don't really know where you're at on it, you can feel and you can find these things. And obviously when you open it up, you can see the watermark. It's very, very, I lost it in the light. Anyway, it's very prominent right there on that page. But here in the back, here we go. Hot comics. Order your comics. You could do your subscriptions. This was your holiday. This is how you could order and get them mailed to your house. Savings coupons right there. Send them to your house. Let's see. Bullpen, all the writing articles. Oh, I see. Okay, here we go. So here's the order form to order your comics. T-shirts, hot comics. Hot comics. Hot comics. Spider-Man #1, the green cover, $5. Yeah, first print, limited 2 on 6 through 17. So yeah, they're in here. Let's see. It's mostly modern comics that are listed. That's why they're also cheap. So it wasn't like a sale you could buy. This was not an ad for like back issues, really. It's a lot of modern stuff. This was through American Comics and Entertainment in Gainesville, Virginia. I wonder if they're still in business. Call 1-900-288-X-Men and battle the X-Men's deadliest enemies. Look at this. How to play. Call 1-900-288-X-Men. You'll start battling Magneto's henchmen. Summon the appropriate X-Men based on their powers and confrontation at hand. Number 3, wait for the cue. Then activate their powers by pressing the star key within the designated time. Then go 1-on-1 with Magneto and earn your rewards by answering as many X-Men trivia questions as you can. That's fantastic. I do not remember doing that, but that was the thing. Any of you guys do something like that? I don't remember that. Pat S says, Clobber and Times turn me on to Ollie's. Okay, listen, it is a lot of modern stuff, but yeah, you can find good stuff. And yes, I have a late 80s black and white TMT there. And these little bags, this was like, it's $5.99. It's a cover price. You're paying like the 90s price to get these books. Now, is it beat up? Has it got issues? Yes. Do you care if you're going to read them and tear them in and have some fun with it? No. Maybe you'll get one book. I think the one #1 I'll have to look at a little closer. It actually might be a nice copy. Right? Might be a nice copy. And they are clean on the side. So that's not the issue. So what else is in here? It opens up with a are you video game folks? Look, Sega Genesis Sonic ad, 1991. Yep. What we got here? Let's see. Back when ads were so good. It looks like if looks could kill, these Marvel tees would be illegal. A Dark Hawk shirt. Look at that. Let's see. Go this way. Like Dark Hawk. Anybody into Dark Hawk? That Venom and Spider-Man shirt is pretty cool. Yeah, that's fun. What's in the? Let's do this one. This is the classic one. It's basically a reprint issue. These again, by the way, if you look them up, these are the great way to read and manhandle Uncanny X-Men's because they're cheap. They're reprints. Where are the ads? Oh, it's a football. Joe Montana ad. Captain Crunch. Captain Crunch, love me. I still eat Captain Crunch. Which, by the way, you can also get at Ollie's. Chris Claremont loved him some Kitty Pryde. You will always find some Wolvie and Kitty Pryde in his runs. There's not much in this. These are more like just regular food ads and stuff. We don't have there's the comic book order. Here we go. Dun dun. Comic book order. Top 10 picks. Top 10 picks. Number 10, Wildcats Adventure number 1. Number 9, Punisher and Batman number 1, 48 pages. Punisher and Batman versus Jigsaw and the Joker, $4.95. Marvel Universe Series 1. Wow. Sealed box for $50. Holy cow. Those are hundreds of dollars now. Series 1s are beautiful. Marvel Deluxe hardcover. That is a deluxe 216-page hardcover. Marvel Action Image Mystery Set, which is 6 titles, just one of each one at the time. So you're looking at like Cyberforce 8, Shadowhawk 0, Spawn 25, Savage Dragon, Wildcats, cool. The Generation X set, and Gen 13 0, and Fantastic Four 1, the new Heroes one. So let's see what else we have in here. The bestsellers. Bestseller. I assume these are graphic novels because it says Death in the Family for $5. That has to be the graphic novel. So yeah, very cool. Oh, the Death in the Family trade is $5. You can imagine the 1990s prices right there for you guys. So yeah, this is the way you get comic books. If you didn't have a shop or you were looking for something you couldn't get at your shop, that was a common thing for me. And I have to be honest, it was a good way for me to order stuff that I didn't have, like I couldn't get. Like once your stores and your vendors and stuff sold out of certain things, I'd go online and find those stores. So, hey Grifter, how you doing, my friend? Keely Chow, how you doing, my friend? Getting excited for football season? My kid is, that's for sure. Roll Tides, yeah, rolling the tide. Out of 47 titles, the 90s X-Men, what was your favorite? Holy cow. Well, the main one, I wasn't as big into X-Men, but it was good for business. I was right in line with the 90s picking up, right? So from 90, when it dropped in 91, basically forever, for years, I would get that. And of course it crossed, once you had Uncanny, I was in that running forward, and then I would work back issues the best I could. And let's see. So the crossover stuff is what would get issues. So remember the hologram ones, where there was like a hologram looking card on the cover of them? It's the one where Magneto uses his powers to pull the adamantium out of Wolverine. Those, I had all of those, went after all that kind of stuff. So it was a lot of stories and would drive me down the rabbit holes. But like I said, I had that flea market comic booth, so I would always look for X-Men because you could always sell X-Men. Every normie, any kid, and this went on for years. Well, after I had to close the thing and I would just do stuff online, I could go to a show and buy a whole long box, just take it all. And even if I only sold it for a couple dollars, I mean, you're making money if you're buying in bulk like that because X-Men would sell. And if nothing else, once the cartoon blew up in 97, this stuff, I mean, you couldn't keep it. It would just keep moving through. X-Men was always great. I've grown to love it more and more. I don't really have favorites. I just enjoy it. So, hail to Zax. Kitty was your first comic crush. Oh, that's awesome, man. I have to be honest, man. The 1995 Fleer Ultra trading cards. There's this Boris. There's Boris cards, and there's also these. It's an Ivan Ramos. Ramos, I think is his last name. That Storm card. Some of these other cards. Woo wee. Feeling a little of a glimpse. So yeah.
All I do is chill. My life is a thrill for real, Bob Ross. I be too calm for the drama. You don't wanna cause a problem. I'll solve it, Bob Ross.